All right. Let me tweet this out really quick. I should have did it beforehand, but I forgot. Oops. All right. Now everyone wants to text me. Awesome. Love it.
Oh, jeez.
Had a GIF. Link in the. All right. Cool. There you go. All right. Let's play it up the way. Throw it over there. All right. So what's up, everybody? This is Nerds Make Sense. Me and Josh. Manuel's not here again. He has to catch up on the Mandalorian, which we're going to talk about today. There's actually even
Our third
news
one.
today. There's actually news today about it too. So
Really? I hadn't seen any.
yeah. So we'll talk about that. So we're going to talk about the whole what we liked and what we didn't like and everything, and then we will. Bro, the Mandalorian's fire. Oh, we got comments already. I got you. Bang. Offensive voiceovers. Mandalorian's fire. It is fire. So we're going to talk about all the seasons, and then we're going to finish it with the season finale, obviously, but we're gonna leave. So we're gonna talk about like what we liked and didn't like, but we'll leave what we like and didn't like about the season finale, and then what's coming after the season finale for the end part.
Yeah.
We do like that.
All right.
So
Sounds
yeah. So this is our third attempt. Josh's laptop had an update for one, and just getting Josh here in this like StreamYard thing. But again, this is a new thing for us, so there's gonna be like a lot of technical difficulties, but we're gonna try our best to like roll with the punches. Yeah. So.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So this season was really good.
Unfortunately, right now I still have kind of crappy internet, so I
Oh,
apologize.
it was better than last
Anything
time. Last time, like, I'll ask him a question. All I see was.
Well, I'm actually on my laptop this time. The update
Yeah.
finally finished.
Yeah.
I'm not here trying to use my phone to do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, this season was crazy. It
Yeah.
really was. There was a lot of new stuff added to it. You know, obviously the main story continued of the Mandalorian trying to find Baby Yoda, his people, or the Jedi.
The Jedi. Yeah. A lot of people were worried about the first episode because I know my friend asked me, a friend Ashraf, because he wanted to watch the first season, but right when the second season started. And he was like, "Should I watch it?" It was like a lot of people were saying it's filler. I'm like, "Filler? Like, what are you talking about?" And he was just like,
The season is what? The season's what? 8 episodes long.
"Yeah."
There's
He
no
was
filler.
just, yeah.
Sorry, there's no time for filler.
I was telling him like, I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Oh, I was reading a line that had nothing to do with the story." I was like, "It does." So I was like, it's probably like a welcome back episode. You know, instead of giving us like
Yeah,
this whole little rundown, some time has passed, and it's like a good little action scene episode for the start, and it sets up stuff for later down in the season finale and whatnot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, this isn't a show like Dragon Ball Z or Naruto. There's no time for filler. Everything is
Yeah,
important. Even if it seems small right now, they could, they could easily sit there down the 2, 3, 4 seasons down the road, make it mean something big.
yeah,
So it may, like I said, it may seem small right now, but take it with a grain of salt because it might mean something later on. But yeah, so I hope he went back and watched all of season one first.
yeah. He did. I told him, I was just like, yeah, dude, like just watch it. It's like there's no filler.
Yeah,
I don't know who told you that. Some anime person probably told you that. But yeah, I really got to give props to John Favreau and
Oh yeah, he's great.
Dave Filoni for this season because they did a really good job, especially after a lot of backlash from the other ones. Like this is like the precursor of what is to come for the rest of not only the Mandalorian but for everything else that's coming out that we talked about earlier in
Yeah.
the other episode. Yeah, so let's talk about the Marshal, the chapter 9, the first
Yeah.
episode. I know we were talking last time because
Oliphant.
I think that's as far as we got, honestly.
No,
Before,
we got a little farther. We were in the middle of talking about the other
oh yeah,
Mandalorians that came up later on, but and then and then my internet decided to just straight up crash on me. Uh, but yeah, so I mean, the Marshal's played by Timothy Oliphant. You know, is probably I want to say is probably his most famous role is that from Justified. Um, I can't remember his character name in Justified right now. Um, yeah, but it's funny because you know he shows up wearing Boba Fett's armor,
yeah. And like
and
when I first seen that, I was just like, they're not going to show him like right off the back, are we? Like,
yeah, no.
it wasn't.
And it's like as soon as I saw him, I was like, okay, so either they recast Boba Fett or it's somebody completely different. And then it dawned on me that it was somebody completely different because there's actually a mention of him in a couple of the new books that are actually canon.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a trilogy of books that takes place like right after um, episode 6, and it's supposed to be like the New Republic is now, you know, they're trying to gain a foothold because Mandalorian's what 5 years after episode 6,
Yeah. So that's like
something
a
like that.
good number. Yeah. I think it's 4 or 5. I think
Yeah.
it's not over that.
Um, so, but there's like there's small little chapters here and there that take place throughout the galaxy, and a couple of the chapters actually focus on the early days of the Marshal before he gets the Boba Fett's armor, and he kind of talks about that in the episode 2. He talks about how a group of bandits had kind of were ruling that little camp or city, whatever you want to call it, and then he he was trying to help him, he couldn't, and then all of a sudden he got his hands on Boba Fett's armor, and everything changed after that.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked how they came together and they with Mando and then the Marshal and then the what are
The
they
Sand
called?
People,
The Sand People, yeah. Tusken
Tusken
Raiders.
Raiders,
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I was really glad to see that. Them to
yeah,
take down the Cryet Dragon or whatever it was called.
Great Dragon, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That thing
We
was
actually see a living one.
it reminded me of Tremors, so I was like really interested in stuff. Worms
Yeah, I
underground.
remember you making that reference back when we first watched the episode.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And just the whole action scene when they try to get the bomb in its mouth and then it came up on top of the hill and started spitting whatever the acid was or whatever. I was like,
Oh
oh
yeah,
crap, the
wow,
power's
yeah, that's
stretched.
crazy.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool welcome back episode. That's why I'm gonna call it a welcome back episode because like it doesn't pick up where exactly what we thought we'd leave off of, but it was like
Yeah,
a good thing to like just have like a reintroduction of everybody and then just action all around. Really good one.
yeah,
And then at the end of it, he helped kill the thing and he got the armor, Boba's armor back. Which I'm pretty sure he was
yeah.
just gonna melt and use on his own, but
No, I mean, I think he was going to keep it, and he would return it back to his clan to either be melted down or be given to somebody else later on.
yeah. And then when he's driving off with it, Boba Fett's like just watching him from like a distance.
Yeah,
Yeah, the next 2 episodes, which is the passenger and the heiress, with getting info for the Mandalorians was pretty cool. I was glad to see more Mandalorians, like from the ones from Clone Wars and whatnot and Rebels.
yeah,
So they had to deliver the frog lady and her eggs to her husband, who had information about other Mandalorians. So Mando was like, "I." He didn't want to at first, but and then it was a cool. We mentioned last time that there was a cool thing with the X-wing fighters
Yeah.
when they pulled him over, and he was just trying to
they,
like,
they
"Hey,
did the space cop thing.
yeah." And I like how Mando was just like, "Let the Force be with you." So it's just said that, and it was like
That was
so like
hilarious.
it was just like so like lackluster. He was just like, "Let the Force be with you," and then they stopped him and like, "Hey, aren't you the guy that did that prison break thing?" And then he was like, "Erk," and then the whole little cool little
The
chase. That
chase
was a
was
really good chase.
that was awesome.
Yeah,
That was so awesome.
and yeah, and then he ended up crashing, and then that's where they were stuck until he tried to fix it.
Yeah, he was
Uh,
trying to make repairs, and then he was trying to keep Baby Yoda from eating the eggs.
yeah, the dude just eats everything. That was every little thing. He even tried to eat one
Yeah.
of the spiders. Like he's
No, he successfully ate the spider. He didn't try. He ate the whole thing, and they all started coming out of the rest of the eggs. And I was like, "Ah, oh, crap! Not spiders. Why did it have to be ice spiders, man? I hate spiders.
yeah, but well, like I was telling you last time, I really like how.
These wasn't clowns."
Oh yeah, just wait, man, they'll be there. But like I was telling you earlier, like I was really glad that it was not like a something we've seen before. It's like some world building and seeing the different
Yeah,
aliens around the even some of the cast that we've seen already, like a different aliens and stuff. And it's really cool to see that and different
yeah.
planets that we haven't heard of. It's like a little bunch of world building, and I really like how they added that because they could have easily like, which I thought was going to happen. What was it called, a wampa? The one that Luke like fought in that cave, right? That's what
Oh
it's
yeah,
called, right?
yep. The
That's what
Wampa.
I thought it was gonna be, and I was like, please don't be that. We've seen that already, like And then it wasn't. It was like a huge spider, which was cool. And then they were like getting like ambushed by all of them, and then lo and behold, to save their lives were the X-wing pilots. Mando was kind of confused, but then they said, "Hey, you're the one who avenged the guy who got shot. We owe you one." But he didn't.
Yeah,
The OE one didn't go as far as taking them to a new somewhere. He just left them there. But that was all you're getting. I saved your life. That's it. You were
yeah,
mentioning before about how about the X-wing fighters.
yeah. It was, and I should have gone and looked this up. But I know for a fact one of them was like a bigger guy, like you and I, and I was really kind of glad to see that because in all the episode in all the movies that we've seen, we just see these normal like guys who are either physically fit or they're thin or whatever. They're not big overweight husky guys. But we finally get that here in the Mandalorian, and we see just like you can still be like a regular Joe and be an X-wing pilot. You don't have to be this physical specimen. You don't have to be fucking Luke Skywalker to fly an X-wing
Hey,
and be good at it.
you know who one of those starfighters were? It's funny. I just found it. One of them was Dave
Uh,
Filoni.
really?
Yeah, Filoni's role as the Trapper Wolf in the second appearance that he has in the chapter of The Mandalorian. He originally played season one. Yeah, he was in season one too, episode 6. So I guess this is the same guy he's seen when they ran away. Remember when Mando escaped from the prison and when the starships were
Okay.
coming? He must have been that guy because it says this is his second time playing this character. I didn't even notice. I still it still doesn't look like it. I'm looking at a picture right now. I can actually hold on. Where's this at? Okay, Chrome tab. This bam. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know it was him last night. Stop. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like everyone, like directors just love to be in like their own stuff. Yeah, and I'm wondering if I'm pretty sure Dave Filoni won't be in it, but this is also a precursor to the new Rangers of the New Republic. And these are probably some cast members we'll see. Probably not Dave Filoni because I don't think he'll make himself a part. in that.
Yeah.
But but yeah, so it was pretty cool to see that some people, because like you said, like we haven't seen like a big man or woman like Jedi or anything. They're just like clean cut and
Yeah.
everything. So it's cool to see
Yep.
that. Where the heck did he go? Oh, there he goes. Yep. And then when he gets to the unknown planet, well, that's not unknown. I'm pretty sure they mentioned it. Just I don't have it in my notes here. I still didn't add it in here. But oh, Trask. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Just nope, I
No, I
still
think
don't
that's
see it.
right. I think that's right.
Oh yeah, it is Trask. Trask. Okay, it is Trask. Yeah, and then they reunite the frog lady with her husband and whatever
And
eggs
what's left
Baby
of her
Yoda didn't
eggs.
eat. Yeah, all two of them. Yeah, and then they
I mean, there
Duke
must have
wanted.
been quite a few eggs in there because Baby Yoda ate like 7 of them.
It looked like 12, and I'm being generous. And yeah, dude, like there was nothing in there after that. So I don't
But
know.
when she was holding it on the table in that one little scene where Mando drops them off, there's still a whole bunch floating in there. It's like, how many eggs were in there to begin with?
She's putting him in there, replacing him as we speak.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. So after that, nice little reunion with the frog and her husband. Points Mando off in the other direction to find out where the bar or inn or whatever you wanted to call it to find the
Yeah.
other Mandalorians. Then they went on a fishing trip. Yeah, they told him that the information he needed would be on this ship. They were on the, and it was so scary because, like I told you before, I'm scared of the ocean. Like, so we're on a boat, and then they opened that little patch and said they had to feed it. I was like, bro, if this thing jumps out the water, but he ended up just kicking Baby Yoda in there, and so fast that Baby Yoda actually closed it in time. You know what I mean? Like he closed the
Yeah.
top, and then he got eaten. And then he was fighting. Mando was fighting him, and he was in there, and there was like zapping him or whatever with that rod. It always like in Mando, like how are they gonna get out of this one? And then lo and behold, Bo-Katan and the other Mandos come and light up everybody and save them.
Yeah.
Then we find out that they're not the same Mando. I mean, not the same Mandalorians as his. It's a different. It's all confusing. You want to explain that? I think you explained it last time too.
Yeah. Well, okay. So in the Clone Wars, the one of the groups of the Mandalorians that we meet in that little arc where Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka are all on Mandalore is a group called the Death Watch, which, by the way, Bo-Katan originally belonged to.
Mm-hmm.
She was originally like the second in command of the Death Watch. Um, and so, but we come to find out that the group that Mando belongs to are like basically like the descendants of the Death Watch. They're
Yeah, it's like a
what's left.
different branch, right?
I don't know if they're a different branch. I think it's just the like members that were left went off and started a new group, but they still held to like the same belief system.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and of course, one of their biggest things that the Mandalorians always talked about in the first season was not removing their helmet. Like it was a big bad thing if you removed your helmet and somebody saw your face. But during, did you ever find out his name?
Who's?
The main Mandalorian, the one that
Oh,
we follow.
Mando.
Yeah,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Jin.
It's Din, or isn't it Din Djarin or something like that?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
And so he's
Jin.
talking, he's
Jinjarin.
talking with Bo-Katan, and he mentions like, oh, you removed your helmet or something like that, and she goes, oh, well, it's just the Death Watch that holds on to that silly belief, and I was like, wait a minute, weren't you a part of Death Watch?
Yeah, and we'll talk more about Bo-Katan later after
Yeah,
everything.
but it's like that part is kind of what what confuses me a little bit is like, so like I get it that she flaunts some of the traditions of the Mandalorians, but it's like, you know, for her to sit there and have such disdain for him doing it, is like, you used to be a member.
Hmm. Yeah, and I for one, I really like how I mentioned it again before. I'm just repeating a lot of stuff that we talked about before Josh
Yeah,
crashed last time. But I was really happy to see the voice actress of Bo-Katan from the Clone Wars and Rebels be the live action Bo-Katan, and she looks just. I mean, you told me she was modeled after her character. Or the character's modeled after her.
yeah.
And she
That's
really
what,
pulled it off. Like I.
it's a common thing now in animation,
Hmm.
especially
And
when
it's
you
really.
have like a big well-known actor who's playing a certain part.
Hmm. Yeah, but I was really happy. And then I found out. I don't even know how I found it last time. But what wrestler was the other Mandalorian? Did I say? I forgot her name
Oh,
already.
Sasha Banks.
Yeah, she's that makes sense of the fight later in the season too.
Yeah,
But yeah, she's in here because I can't because I was telling Josh I was like she's someone like I read it on Twitter and I was just like I don't even know who that is, and then I was digging up stuff while Josh was talking and I found out.
it's
So
funny too because, you know, I don't really watch it too much anymore. Occasionally I'll turn on like the WWE, but you know, I was watching it heavily there for about 3 or 4 years back, and I was watching it as she made her debut on like the main shows. So it's like, and I didn't place her face right away, and I guess I'm, you know, more used to seeing her in a wrestling outfit than full armor or anything like
mhm.
that. And she usually has her hair in different colors. So it's like, but I didn't place her right away until you actually mentioned who she was, and I was like, oh yeah, like I
and we're
knew she
also
was familiar, but I couldn't place her.
and we're also seeing a lot more because as because the guy from who ran that squad when they broke into the prison in season one. The guy, you know, the guy who had like the guns on his little shoulder. You know who I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
I didn't know he was a comedian. I didn't know he was a well-known comedian.
Oh, Bill Barr. Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
or however.
And then we have the wrestler, and we had there was someone else in season one who played a clone trooper, and he was a celebrity as well. We're starting to see like those little celebrity cameos now
Mhm.
that we usually don't see in Star Wars. But it's pretty cool when they do that because it shows you how the fans and stuff like they're fans of this too. Oh, even in the original, that guy who played Hot Fuzz in Shaun of the Dead or whatever,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
he was two different aliens as well.
Yeah. Well, I know he played Unkar Plutt in The Force Awakens. I don't know if he played anybody else after that.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, Ed Sheeran, he was a stormtrooper.
Mhm.
Uh, Daniel Craig, the current James Bond, he was a stormtrooper. He was the stormtrooper that Ray
Yeah,
used the force trick on.
yeah, that's pretty cool that they're starting. I hope we see more, but not too much. Where like I don't want to see The Rock just be walking around in the background or anything. You know what I mean? Like I don't want it to get too crazy.
I think
But
The
it's just,
Rock's a little too busy right now.
but I wouldn't put it past him, bro. Like he's like, oh, me on Star Wars, be there.
You
Anyways,
know, if they do that though, they have to like have him like in some kind of like island tribe and make him kind of look like Maui.
yeah, dude. What if they go back to
That would
Endor
be
and he's just
hilarious.
like, what if he went back to Endor and he's just like a giant Ewok, bro? That would be so fresh.
Oh my god!
That's the cameos I like to see.
Walk with this giant Ewok.
Like it's like he's not even in like a suit. He just has like a bear wrapped around his neck, like a caveman, and it's like a little hood with ears. That'll be heck of funny.
You're gonna kill me.
That'll that'll be great.
Oh,
Anyway,
that would be hilarious.
back to the episode. So yeah, so Mando didn't want to didn't need that. It wasn't the Mandalorians he was looking for. So he went off, and then he's walking down a dark alley like you shouldn't, but he's Mando. And then the guy, a brother of the guy that the other Mandalorians, Bo-Katan and them killed on that ship, thought he did it, and they tried to fight him, and then they came and saved him. again and said,
Mhm.
"Hey, we really need your help because there was a ship full of weapons that they needed to help reconquer Mandalore." And this
Yeah,
scene was pretty, and this little fight on the ship was pretty cool. I really just just really love to see the combat and everything. But the surprising part was when I actually got to the cockpit and the guy called Moff Gideon. He's like, "Oh yeah, they're on here. It's the Mandalorians." And he was like, "Oh well, crash the ship." The guy was like, "Okay," and then he just shot the guy in the
yeah.
cockpit,
He
and then he
shoots the
just
two pilots.
yeah, and then he's like, "All right, we're out of here." It was pretty cool to see. That's always so scary, like any in any movie, but they managed to get out of it. Like every other thing, they managed to get out of.
Yeah,
It was a really good episode. I'm really
yeah.
glad Bo-Katan
They
the
kind of
Mandalorian.
went, they kind of went a little dark with this one. Um, especially when the Mandalorian group when they get to the bridge and they capture the one guy that's still alive. And they're interrogating him, trying to get information, and he just sits there and basically uses the thing in his mouth to kill himself.
Yeah,
That's really it kind of brought home the whole the Empire is the Nazis kind of thing a little too much
yeah,
because Nazi officers were supposed to have
yeah. Little
uh,
pills. The
secret cyanide pills inside like a fake tooth that they
mhm,
could bite down on, and it would crack and kill them in order to keep them from being interrogated.
yeah.
It's like, wow, they went that deep.
Now then, yeah, and then after that, after helping them and them surviving, Bo-Katan said, "Go to the city of Caledon, whatever, and then look for Ahsoka. Tell her I sent you."
Yep. It was like she didn't even try to play coy. She just straight out said, "Look for Ahsoka Tano. She'll tell you what you need to know."
Yeah. The next
It
episode, like, which I
was
thought was
actually
gonna,
nice. It was nice to see it be that straightforward, though.
yeah, they didn't say, "Oh, go here and look for the girl with orange skin and shiny blades,"
I don't think
because like
anybody would say it like that, though.
no, because like if you think about in the first season, they like we didn't really hear the word Jedi until the end. If you think, remember they were calling them wizards and
Yeah,
they're in the warriors, wizard warriors and stuff. Like they didn't say the word Jedi until the end when she told him like you need to take this little guy to the Jedi. So yeah, so we're luckily we just got you're gonna meet this Jedi Ahsoka Tano. She's over there on this planet. You're good. Tell her I sent you. See you later.
yep,
Yeah, but I wasn't upset with this, but I was also just like let down that I didn't really get to see it the next day. But it was like, all right, go see Ahsoka, then bang, we're gonna go meet up our old friends, Cara Dune and everybody. I'm like, she's not there. She told you to go see Ahsoka. Why did we stop here? But yeah, the ship was like basically blown up, so they had to go there for repairs and stuff.
yeah. He gets it all nice and fixed up too.
Yeah, I didn't even mention that. It was funny that when he told the robot to fix it back on the other planet, he just like tied it all up. Like it wasn't even repairs if you want to call it that. He
It
just made
wasn't a
it all
robot this
healthy.
time, though. It wasn't a robot this time. It
Oh, it was a guy. Oh wait, yeah, you're right.
wasn't it a Mon Calamari?
Yeah.
Admiral Akbar's race?
hmm Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So he goes back with repairs, meets Cara Dune and him again, and then as he's leaving, he was just like, yeah, let's go hang out for a little bit, and he's like, what do you want? And then he was very straightforward that there's an Imperial base that they need to take down because without it, there's a threat, basically a threat, because they just got everything back to normal. They show they have schools now for the kids, and it's everything's going back to normal, but just the ominous Imperial base there, they need to take it down. Which he said that there was no one there, but when they got there, it was a
yeah.
different
It was still
story.
active.
Yeah, with people there, and the whole fashioned shootout. And we got to see the that fish guy
From
from
the very
episode one.
first episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
serving his time, working, and he actually helped break into the base. It was really I'm really glad to see Cara Dune again. I actually wasn't expecting to see her to probably the finale, to be
Yeah.
honest. And we've seen her again, and the same thing with Grief Karga as well. Yeah, but so they break in, do all the little shoot up. Let's see, Strops will destroy it. Discover the base is used by by Doctor. It's they find the cloning stuff there or whatever that
Yeah, that was really weird.
yeah, it's Doctor Pershing, the guy who Mando almost killed because he was hurting Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
And then they find the little. They also find his notes, or like his little. I don't even want to call it notes, but like his recordings about him and the child's blood and how he has a high midichlorian count, which everyone probably
When they
just
don't
went,
say,
ugh.
they don't say midichlorians, they say high M count.
Yeah, but we all know what that means.
Well,
I'm not triggered by that like a lot of people are. I don't
they didn't
care.
want to say the word that would have triggered every Star Wars fan in the world.
Would have been that meme. Have you seen that meme when
Uh-uh.
people post where when they don't want to hear something and it's just like some guy taking his headset off like this? That's what they are worried about. They're like, if we say this word, I don't know if we'll have another season after this. But
Yeah,
I'll
it's like
say it. I don't care.
you're absolutely right though. Like everybody knew what it meant when he said it. It's just they didn't want to say it because they didn't want to trigger all the Star Wars fans.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like, oh yeah, just say it for the blood. But they're like, what if they ask what's about the blood? And they're like, oh, we're gonna have to say the word, aren't we? Yeah, but at the end of it, they destroy the base. You know what? I didn't even mention when. What do we remember? What the fish guy's name is before I just start calling him the blue fish guy?
No, I
I
don't.
forget. It's like
He's
Jerry or
not that
something.
important.
Yeah, but it was funny how he was trying to break in, and he was like, "I don't have the right tools for this. It's gonna take me a while." And then Mandel just flew up, and then you just see like a stormtrooper just fall down to his death.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, that was like a funny, and it's really good. I like about the Mandalorian is that it's super serious, right? But they
Yeah,
know when the right parts to make a little comedy thing where it's not too much. We're like, all right, dude, we get it. It's funny. You know what I mean? It's not like
yeah,
some Tommy. They placed it just right, and it doesn't have to be like full on like laughter or anything. But we will be laughing at home. But yeah, so destroy the base and everything, and then they get on the bikes, don't they?
uh,
They're pursued by
no,
the bikes and
no.
stuff. Or
Mando flies off, and because he goes to go get his ship,
oh,
and then or no, he goes back to get Baby Yoda because he's afraid that they might send people out to go get him if they know that he's here.
oh
Uh,
yeah,
then Kara steals the big tank thing, the troop transport,
yeah.
and they fly off the ridge and fall down and almost die in the process. And,
Okay. I didn't.
and
I
then
didn't know. I didn't know that they put a tracker on there.
and then the scout troopers get on the speeder bikes and come after them.
Yeah.
And then once they beat all the scout troopers, all of a sudden here comes TIE fighters. That's when Mando comes in with the Razor Crest, blows up the TIE fighters.
Yeah. This is a good episode, and then also we get little shenanigans with Baby Yoda as well when he's at school learning. And he's like, "Why the hell am I here?" and
And he
then,
steals the cookies.
yeah, which look like macaroons or something. And he was
Yeah,
like,
it's one of the
it was,
shows I watch on YouTube called Binging with Babish. He actually did an episode with John Favreau,
oh, did
uh,
he?
putting them together. Yeah,
Oh, that's
it was
cool.
cool.
Yeah, and I like how Baby Yoda was like reaching to him like, "Can I have one?" And then he's like, No.
No.
And he's like, "Oh, bet I'll steal it right now. I don't care."
And
He's like,
that's
"My
that's
daddy
that's
steals all the
another thing
time."
that I really enjoy about this season. They gave Baby Yoda character flaws.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't. They're not sitting there trying to make him out to be this perfect character. They gave him flaws. So like, you know, he kept eating the frog lady's eggs.
Hmm.
Um, Even after Mando told him to stop several times, he kept doing it. And then, of course, now you know he steals cookies from a kid.
Yeah. Anyone who's watching, you guys are probably like upset for calling us like calling him Baby Yoda or whatnot, but we're getting to it right
We're
now.
getting to
And
his name reveal.
yeah, until this episode, which is called The Jedi, which was directed by Dave Filoni because Ahsoka is his baby. And I really love this episode. This episode was really good to me. I really liked it a lot from beginning to end. I watched it like probably three
Yeah,
times.
you know, it overall it was a really good episode. I'm gonna say this, and it's probably there's probably some people out there that agree with me, and there's probably some people out there that are really gonna hate me for saying this. I wasn't impressed with Rosario Dawson's performance.
Oh, dude, yeah, you're crazy. You're insane. It was really good.
I'm sorry, I wasn't. It, the choreography felt like it wasn't as sharp as it could have been, and I understand why it wasn't. You know, they were filming all this in pandemic time, um, and it's not that she did bad. It's just that I don't think she did particularly good either. You know, it was kind of like a middle of the road performance. I'm hoping that when she does get her own show, it's a lot better and a little more put together. Um, but I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed with her performance.
Well, I was really impressed with it. I liked how it was because I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, her introduction in this was for one and one thing only, and it was to introduce herself for her spinoff that's coming down later.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure going into this, I don't know how far this was developed, but when they knew that they were going to give someone to the Jedi, right? When they mentioned the Jedi, um, they implanted Ahsoka there just so she can get a little spinoff, obviously, because there was rumors and stuff all around her being Ahsoka for so long, but they confirmed it like before the season started. But we
yeah.
already all knew who it was. But the what I about that is that I knew that she wasn't going to be doing a lot because she was only there for one thing only, and was to tell about Grogu, which is she found out his name is Grogu, Baby Yoda, and that was it. I wasn't expecting no full on like full hardcore movie choreography. I wasn't expecting no super like emotional acting from her because if they do that here, there will be no point for new fans to go see her over there because they see this here. And yes, they'll probably go see her show that's coming in 2022, but they're saving all that for her show probably. For what I seen as her as just being the person of Ahsoka and just a little showing like the sign of how Ahsoka is supposed to be when she's older. She's more mature. She was able to it's kind of hard to adapt the cartoon character of her from the Clone Wars to an live action. I understand, but what she did for the
Well,
episode and what she was meant to be done for, I think she did great all around. And the choreography was okay to me. It was good. I liked it because after seeing the choreography from the last three movies, anything's better. So I loved it. She did great
it
for it, and
was
like you said, it is pandemic
compared to what
hours.
we okay, but just real quick, compared to what we see later in the season, the choreography we got in this episode with her and using her lightsaber, very basic. You have to
Yeah,
admit that.
but they're not gonna have her do a full blown thing for just she's not like this isn't her show. Like you gotta remember she can't do something that obviously the man that's going to outshine the Mandalorian because this is his show. She was only supposed to come here to do one thing and one thing only, and that's it. And it just overshadowing the Mandalorian and choreography and the other characters that we see later, which is Bo-Katan and everyone else, and even the main villain. Like even then, what she was supposed to do for the Jedi, because I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't want to say that because we'll talk about that scene, but I'm pretty sure that they just didn't want it to be overshadowed. And again, she was fighting someone, who wasn't really really a threat to her, honestly. Like to be honest, so I don't really expect her to go all out to flash and do all that to someone who she could probably just literally just push out the way and kill her. They had to they had to make it even in a sense because I'm pretty sure that was like no one compared to her, especially after all we've seen her go through up till now.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure she'll do more stuff later. But I'm glad that she was only in this episode because everyone's like, please put her in more episodes. And I'm like, all right, dude, no, just let her
Yeah.
be in one episode, and that's all she needs to be in.
Yeah, I mean, if she's getting her own show, then yeah, don't even worry about it.
Yeah. But basically, this episode just we find out Baby Yoda's name is Grogu.
Yep.
That he was there to witness Order 66. He was there, he trained with other Jedi at the Jedi Temple on that we all know and love.
Yeah.
um,
The only thing we don't know now is how he escaped.
Yeah, and we can speculate and talk about that at the end.
Yeah, there is a certain theory. I don't know how based in fact it is, or whether they even think it is, but it's even a theory that the YouTube channel Star Wars Theory kind of proposed, and that it was Mace Windu who saved him.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Think.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, something different, but yeah, there's a lot going on with that. But yeah, so we find, and it was pretty cool that they talked through the Force, right?
Yeah,
because when they was like, "Can I just be alone with him?" I'm like, "What is he going to say?" He's going to be like, "All right, now that he's gone, how's it going?" But yeah, they were just like talking to the Force, which is pretty cool to see. So I know you said that you weren't very keen on his name.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I get it. It's Star Wars. They come up with weird names all the times, but this one just like, I don't know. It doesn't sound good.
I think it's okay. Like I didn't really think. I told Manuel what you said, how you didn't like it. And Manuel said he probably wanted his name to be Yada or something.
No, I didn't want anything like that. Like I would have been okay if they come up with like a really creative name, but it had kept like the Y theme going, because we'd only seen two others of his race, and that's Yoda and Yaddle, or Yaddle, however you want to pronounce her name. But it's like it would have been interesting if they could have kept that theme going. But now we know that it's not necessarily a theme; it just happened to be their names.
Yeah, it didn't bother me at all. I know there's people like who are like you and don't like it. They're like, we're gonna call it Baby Yoda. I'm like, okay, like go ahead. No one's stopping.
I don't care. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care. I'll call him Grogu, or I'll call him Baby Yoda if that's what other people want me to call him. It's like it is what it is. He's a character in the show. He's important to the show, so.
And John went on the record saying that, because they asked him in an interview, like, how do you feel that people are still calling him Baby Yoda? He was like, it's whatever. He was like, it's the same thing. If two sides of a different coin, it's the same person.
At the end of the day, he's still just as marketable as he was.
Yeah. So I just can't wait till they start labeling the toys now, and it says Grogu. So it'll be pretty funny.
People are gonna have a fit.
Yeah, it'll be alright. It'll still sell. Because I just bought one the other day. It's over there. You probably can't see it.
I can see it. I can see it
right here. Wait, that way somewhere. Yeah, there's only 2 left, and I had to run and go get it. Yeah. So also they say that his memory's kind of not all there. He had to suppress his force abilities so they wouldn't find him, which is pretty cool. and he doesn't remember that much other than what we already told you.
Yeah. I mean, the little dude's probably suffering from PTSD from all that shit Anakin did.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
mean, I
man.
can't blame him for that one.
Yeah.
That was some pretty bad shit there, man.
Yeah.
Like we saw what the temple looked like in multiple video games and in the movie itself, and it was, oh wow.
hmm Yeah. So basically,
Bloodbath.
just to wrap up this episode, because like everything else really doesn't matter after this. But but
Oh yeah. But I
so
mean, we do need to mention about what's said there at the end of the little duel there between the.
oh yeah. I was just gonna sum up like the part when they meet because we skipped over it and they just Elsbeth she hired Mando to go and get the Jedi. Mando was already looking for the Jedi, so he was just like, okay, I'll do it. And then he finds her, and then the whole summary about Grogu and everything has happened, and then they come up with a plan to so to help out Ahsoka, which is they would have never guessed that a Mandalorian and a Jedi would be on the same page because of stuff that happened with the Jedi's and Mandalorians. So they cooked up a plan, and Ahsoka got to fight Elsbeth, which is pretty cool. And she had that the spear, the Beskar spear, which is
Yeah, that was
she
cool.
said that that was cool. And she was like, "I'll give this to you as exchange for killing Ahsoka." But she fights against Ahsoka. But Ahsoka wants to know where Grand Admiral Thrawn is at, which is her master.
Not Ahsoka's master. The
Yeah, the Elsbeth's master.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Ahsoka's.
So that actually brings into question one other little thing, though. Okay, so people know that Thrawn was essentially made canon in the show Rebels.
hmm
So I don't know if you know this, but I mean, I watched the whole show. But at the end of the show, one of the things that happens is one of the characters, Ezra Bridger, who's a young Jedi in training.
Yeah.
He goes to fight Thrawn, and then the Star Destroyer they're on disappears.
Yeah.
And so Ahsoka's been looking for Thrawn ever since, also to try and find Ezra. So my question is obviously we're going to get somebody playing Grand Admiral Thrawn in
Live
Ahsoka,
action.
but are we going to get Ezra Bridger as well?
Most likely, because I feel like because I talked about that with Manuel. The I don't know if I'll bring it up just to show everybody really quick. But the logo for Ahsoka's show actually kind of made me think that before this even logo, even not that. Oh, this will do, I guess. Yeah, this will do. Let me share my screen. This right here, it looks like a map. Like Manuel said, it looked like a map or coordinates and stuff, and that it, they might be on the because they he disappeared in the dark, whatever it's called, right?
The unknown region.
The unknown regions, yeah. So this looks like a map, like she knows, like sort of like the map they showed when in the movie when they're looking for Luke in the new trilogy. Sort of the
Yeah.
map, or like Manuel said, the map in was it episode 2 when they're looking for Camino, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it also looks like that. So yeah, so I feel like he's gonna be there in her show, and then we'll see. I wonder who they're gonna get to play Thrawn. Hopefully someone good.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who they cast, and I wondered too, though, like if they bring back Ezra Bridger, I wonder if they're going to bring back other characters from Rebels as well.
I hope so. I feel like that it's just
like obviously they can't bring back Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character because he's dead.
yeah. Because I'm sure like the Ahsoka stuff is supposed to like fill out her story, because and everyone else's story, because some of the voices are heard at the episode 9 talking to Rey to the Force. So yeah, so hopefully it's just fill out their story arcs
Yeah.
because their stories aren't done. So hopefully, yeah. But that's exciting. A lot of people are speculating they're going to see him at the end of the season, like as a post credit scene.
Mm.
Because I know a lot of people are saying that. Yeah, but she ends up beating her, and Mando fights the lackey, or who was he? I don't even have him in my notes right here. I don't even know his name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but he
Yeah,
shoots him. He kills
yeah,
him.
yeah. And that was kind of, and that part kind of made me mad because it was like a whole thing. Like I thought it was gonna be like a whole fight scene, but he
Uh,
was just like they just stared at each other for so long. He was like, "All right, I'm gonna put my gun down right here." And then they had like Mando had his hand on his gun, like an old western. I was like, "All right, what's gonna happen?" And then yeah, she just shoots him. I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever." It wasn't important anyways. The most important was happening
you
behind the
know,
gate.
I want a replica of Mando's pistol. That thing looks cool.
It was really cool. I'm surprised they don't have that already.
I'm surprised too.
But yeah, but at the end of
I
it,
mean, hell, they've got Fortnite Nerf guns. You can't make a replica of Mando's pistol. Come on.
yeah, they did make the new Xbox controllers for Mandalorian. Do you see
Really?
those?
No, I
Yeah,
haven't seen it.
has Grogu on one and it has the Mando on the other.
Oh, cool.
It looks really nice. It's like a weird texture kind of thing, not texture, but like art on it. It looks really nice for the Xbox. I thought it was pretty cool that they're
I'll
doing
have to
that.
look at that.
Yeah, but
But yeah. So
so
okay, what was the next episode after that? Was it?
yeah, we've
Oh
got
yeah. So
also
one of the things.
we got to mention that she refuses to train Grogu.
Yeah, because she's afraid he'll end up doing the same thing Anakin did
Yeah, and she doesn't want that on
because
his
of his,
chest.
because of his attachment to the Mando.
Yeah, and so she told him to go to
Go to Tython.
Tython. Yeah, okay, Tython, and
Now
say,
that's another thing too. That's actually the first time Tython's been made canon, I believe.
is it?
Uh, yeah, because it's a place from. I don't know if it was any books before, but it's like the starting planet for Jedi in the Star Wars: The Old Republic MMO game.
Oh, cool. I never noticed that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's there. You start out as a Padawan on the planet, and you build your first lightsaber. You know your master's there, and but yeah, so that's where I believe that's where Tython comes from, and I believe that's the first material it's ever fleshed out or mentioned. But yeah, so it was cool to see that be made canon, though.
Yeah, that is.
Although, mind you, the Tython at this point, it's like 300-400 years later. So the one we see in the next episode is very different from
Yeah,
the
well, yeah, how it was before.
yeah. But yeah, she tells him to take Grogu to Tython, and there's like a top of a mountain. There's like a artifact place or whatever it is, and where he can then reach out to other Jedi through the Force.
Yeah, he'll make his decision there if he wants to use the Force or not, and then he'll make his own little choice. But yeah,
Yep.
the next couple episodes are going to be like the most action packed.
Yeah, that was
So
that was some
Matt,
crazy shit.
yeah, so the next episode is called The Tragedy, which is they go to the planet on the way there. I knew this episode was gonna be as tragic as it is, as it's called The Tragedy. Is when the first opening scene is when Mando is talking to Grogu, and he's like Grogu, and Grogu looks at him like what? He's like, and he looks away, and he's like Grogu. He looks up, he's like, dude, that's so cool. And he's like, do the thing, because oh yeah, we were about to mention that it shows him the Force powers and stuff in the last episode, and that she was trying to get him to use the Force, and he couldn't, and then he
Yeah,
used the little ball thing, and he said, "You tell." Ahsoka said, "You tell him to do it," and he did it when he said it, and he was doing it again in here, and he was like, "Oh," he was like a proud dad moment. He was like, "That's so cool, you could do that," and he was letting him know that if a Jedi comes, you have to go because that's where you have to go.
yeah,
And I knew that from that I was like, man, this is gonna be a hard episode. I already know it is, and it
yeah.
really was. So yeah, so she takes him to the planet. puts him up there. He's trying to. It's so funny because he's trying to figure it out. Like he's like, how do I get this rock to work? And he's like flicking at everything. He's like, is there a button? He's like, oh well, let's go. And then instant avatar state. He was just like on the rock, just like this. Like he's just like with the barrier around him. It was pretty funny. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, and then we see, and then what's the next thing we pretty much see? We see Slave One flying in over, and it's like as soon as you see that, everybody's like, "Oh shit!"
Yep.
Well, we come to find out that the one assassin from season 1 is actually still alive.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, you made her a robot, partially robot.
Yeah.
And I was just like, she just like lift up shirt, and I'm like, can they do that?
Like, is it really easy to just replace body parts with machine parts in the Star Wars universe?
We see arms and legs, but I don't know about freaking stomachs, man. I don't know. I would assume so.
Like now, does she need to? Does she still need to eat
or poop or pee? Can she have?
It's like,
can she have kids? And that's a very hard pencil sharpener down there. I don't know.
Damn. You went there with it.
That's the first thing I thought. Because I was thinking, I was like, does she eat? I was like, does she eat? Does she poop? I was like, does she have a family? Like, I don't understand. Is it just the stomach? Whatever. That surprised me too. But yeah, so yeah, I forgot. Fennec, right?
Fennec, yep, that's the name.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so we get a quick little fight between Boba Fett and Mando. Boba Fett's like, "Where's my armor? I want my armor back."
Yeah, and Mando thought it was his armor. He's like, "You can't have it." He's like, "No, not yours. I don't give a care about yours." He's like, "I want mine." Yeah, but it was really cool to see him again. And then they use this.
Jumping like way back real quick. One thing that we kind of forgot to mention. So when Mando was on Trask with Bo-Katan and her people, when they were storming the ship, you remember when he jumps out in front of them and is like on the ground and he's taking all the shots?
Yeah.
But the other 3 Mandos are still, they're still like hiding around the corners. So I'm thinking what they're wearing is not true Beskar.
Yeah, and I don't think so either.
It is. Yeah. So that's interesting too, because I don't know if Boba Fett's is then true Beskar. Because we don't see him taking any shots off of his armor.
I'm trying to, yeah, that could be true. I'm not sure. I mean, I could look it up right now too, but yeah, because we don't see them do that. And
he does that. He does that a lot this season.
Yeah,
like he's just totally okay with just taking shots off his armor because he knows it's going to deflect, just about anything that comes at it. Which kind of makes me wonder: are the people shooting at him that stupid? Because his armor doesn't cover his entire body. There are gaps. There are visible gaps in his armor. It's like, if it was me, I take a couple of shots straight at the chest. If I see the blaster bolts, flying off, I'm aiming for an armpit. I'm aiming for the neck.
The eye socket, dude, or something. So I looked it up, right? And it says, during the time of Mandalorian resistance led by Bo-Katan. Wait, what? Oh, that's not her. Okay. Well, it says his is full Mandalorian Beskar armor. Yeah, I don't see anything about.
So, I mean, theirs might still be Beskar armor, but his might be like 100% pure or something like that.
Yeah, because it says right here, during her time with the Mandalore resistance, led by Bo-Katan, former Jedi Padawan Ahsoka Tano was given Mandalorian design combat outfit with Beskar plates, but it doesn't say anything about her.
Yeah.
So if it's just plates, do you think it's just like sort of like how a bulletproof vest is or something?
It could be.
It's like certain places.
Yeah, like I said, what they're wearing might not be like 100% pure. It might be Beskar armor, but it might have like impurities or something.
Yeah, or just mixed with something else where it's not as sturdy like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Something.
obviously, Boba Fett's armor protected him
Yeah.
because he survived the Sarlacc, which you're not supposed to be able to. You know, I mean, you're literally supposed to be sitting in his stomach for thousands of years as he slowly digests you. So that means
Yeah.
you're sitting in stomach acid. And I mean, obviously, you see the scars on Boba Fett's armor.
Hmm.
You can see the scarring. You can see the dents and stuff that it's taken over the years. So it's got to have some resisting qualities to it. It just may not be 100% pure like Mando's.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Um, but yeah, so jumping back to the episode we're talking about, the Empire comes in like shortly after because while they were you find out that while he was on the damn it, what is the basically the planet that he starts from, that he hails from?
Corvus?
Is it Corvus? Okay. Um, the when he was there
Oh
getting his
no.
ship
It's
repaired, one of the
Navarro.
Navarro. Yep, yeah, it's Navarro. While he's back on Navarro getting his ship repaired, the one of the engineers repairing it slips a tracking device on it.
Hmm. They we also forgot to mention that before this part. Um it explains that about how, because they're talking about the armor, because he says, "Oh, this belongs to the Mandalorians," and he explains that Boba explains that his armor belonged to his father, who was a foundling, and that's the first time we heard of that, because I know everyone was blowing up about that,
Mm-hmm.
and that he agrees that in exchange for the armor that he'll help Grogu, the safety of Grogu, and then that's we jump back to what you're saying, that the Empire does come because of the tracking device.
Yeah,
And this
and
episode was this part, like I understand what this part was for right here. What I'm going to talk about. So I know this is Boba's like reintroduction, right? So I understand that a lot of this is going to be just him fighting. But I wish that for this, because the Mandalorian, as soon as he sees the Empire, he goes back to Grogu and he tries to get him out of the force field that he's in. Not
mhm.
once, not twice. I think he did like 4 times.
Yeah,
And
the last time he just gets straight up knocked out.
yeah, and so he runs back and forth through these situations, and I wish that they gave him something else to do other than that. Because I understand they're like, okay, whether he stays and fights them off or he goes help Boba. But if he goes help fight Boba, then we won't really get to see what Boba really can do, because we really didn't get to see a lot for him to do in the other trilogy, to be
Yeah,
honest. So I just wish they could have did something with Mando other than him just do like a Looney Tune thing and keep getting blown back by that. But it did pay off, because that fight scene when he gets his armor back. Even before that, when he's beating the shit out of the stormtroopers
oh
with
yeah,
what he
that was
has.
that was just awesome. He was using the gaffy stick to just sit there and break stormtrooper armor.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then he when he gets his armor, that's when it really happens, bro. Like
Oh yeah, he just goes off. He just goes insane, almost as beast mode as Mando in that the prison ship episode where he kind of
oh yeah,
called back to the horror films.
yeah. And I like his new outfit, which I hope he keeps like that, where it's like the bottom part is black, but it has the armor pieces on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It like sort of like not baggy pants, but you can tell they're pants or something. He sort of looks like a
yeah. It's the outfit that he was. It's the bottom half of the outfit he was wearing when you first see him on Tatooine, and when he first shows up in this episode.
I really liked how they changed it. It's not exactly the same, but it's like it's a
Yeah,
slight different. It's changed. It's sort of like how in Dragon Ball Super they made Vegeta's like clothes black, and then Goku's like orange and a different color blue. You
yeah,
know, like slight changes, but it's still the same thing.
yep.
Yeah, I really like how he did that. And then he just went off and he was shooting shit. And it's really cool.
They
Even
blow up the Razor Crest.
yeah, they blew that up. I mean,
Like
after he
it's
got
gone.
fixed.
There's nothing left. It was atomized.
Yeah.
For like a few pieces here and there.
Yeah.
But Mando, he found the little ball.
Yeah. And then they blew it up so they couldn't chase him because eventually the Dark Troopers
Yeah,
oh,
the
came.
Dark Troopers come down. They kidnap Baby Yoda or
Yeah,
Grogu,
because
whatever you
and
want to call him.
it's another thing that bothered me was like he tried like 4 or 5 times to break this dumb barrier, and the one time he's like, "All right, I'll be back." He leaves, and then the barrier drops, and Baby Yoda's like, "Where am I?" Like I'm like, "All right,"
Yeah.
and then that's when Baby Yoda gets kidnapped by the Dark Troopers, and that was a tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty cool too, because
Well, was the tragedy him being kidnapped or the Razor Crest being destroyed?
all of it, all of it was a tragedy, and it was pretty cool too, because Boba Fett kind of chased him, because he was trying to get it back. But then he seen the ship and he knew it was he was what the hell? I just lost my train of thought. He knew it was Imperial, like he knew it was the Empire because he worked with them. So
Yeah.
he was telling him and they're like it can't be. And he's like, oh yeah, buddy, it sure is. It's like I know it when I see it. Yeah, but
Well, I mean, it's very clearly the Empire, obviously, because they were fighting a bunch of stormtroopers.
yeah, because I think the thing about that part is I don't think they thought like they had that anymore because the star just well not Star Destroyer but the ship he's on or where they come from I don't think they knew they had
Oh
that
yeah,
because
they probably didn't think they had any capital ships like that.
yeah that's why I think that was surprising because I think it was just like little stuff or little ships and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah, but then at the end of it he goes back to Navarro, asks for Dune's help breaking out Migs Mayfield out of the New Republic prison. And then this is where when I seen this part I knew it meant something, that it was going to be a spinoff because as serious as everything happened was, right? Grogu got kidnapped. Um, the ship got blown up. He walks in and he's like, "Oh, you guys new metal, don't you?" He was like, "She's like, yeah, no, New Republic." And I was like, "That has to be a spinoff or something." And then lo and behold, it is a spinoff. Rangers of the New Republic. I'm like, "All right, I don't need your freaking spinoffs right now. I need to figure out how you're gonna get this dude back."
yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah. Well, you remember it, and of course, she's when he asked for help to break the guy out, she's reluctant at first, but as soon as he mentions that it's for the kid,
yeah.
all of a sudden everybody's on board.
And then the next episode was a good tension reliever a little bit, right? Because obviously everybody and their mom was upset. Not mad at the episode, but like just upset that Baby Yoda got kidnapped. So they were just like on the verge of like rioting. So this episode right here, which is how they get the information to get him back, was a
Yeah,
good little de-escalation episode. You still get action. You still you get reintroduced to Migs again, and you get a little bit of his backstory too, a little bit, and it's still a good episode. But yeah, so Dune gets Migs back out because he's an ex-Imperial, and
yeah,
he's probably the only way you know how to get the location of his ship, and it was pretty good. I really like that guy, and hopefully we see more of him, but I don't know if we will. Yeah,
yeah. And then of course they go to the planet with the Imperial base, and they have to drive a truck loaded with explosives,
oh, it has to be something like that, huh?
highly explosive material. Not they're not explosives; they're just highly explosive.
It just can't be a truck full of like super fluffy airbags or something. It has to be like something that blows up.
Yeah, it's like you can't drive above a certain speed, otherwise it starts to heat up and react. Or you don't want to fire blasters around it.
Hmm.
My One of my favorite parts was when they're driving up to they're actually getting to the base and they get past a certain point. You see all the stormtroopers come out, and he looks over at Mando. He goes, "Never thought you'd be so happy to see stormtroopers, huh?"
And it does good good back and forths too, because you know, he makes fun of Mando for not taking off his helmet, and he even asks the question too, like, so what can't you do? Can you not take your helmet off, or can you take your helmet off and I can't see? Like, which is it? Like, what's
Yeah.
going on? And you
Well,
already tell Mando's just like,
he can take his helmet off. It's just nobody else is supposed to be able to see his face.
yeah, and it was really funny, comedic between them two. It's a good
Yeah.
comment.
Do you see that meme that was floating around?
Which one?
The one where it's the scene where just after they start killing all the officers inside the building. So the original scene is this is okay. So they get inside the building, they get the information, but Mando has to remove his helmet, his stormtrooper helmet that he's wearing,
Mhm.
uh, in order to scan into the computer to get the information that he's looking for. So that happens, and then the Imperial officer that was sitting in there invites him over for a drink. They start talking. The Imperial officer pisses off Mayfield. Mayfield just starts shooting everybody. And so as they're about to go out the window to escape, he's like, "Go ahead, put your helmet back on. Don't worry, I won't tell anybody." So there's a meme of that little scene where the two are standing and Mando's got his helmet off, and Mayfield they wrote in for Mayfield's character, "I'm going to tell the whole world I saw Mando's face," and then he whispers, "I saw Mando's face," and Mando's like, "What's that?" "You're my whole world."
What the heck? I haven't seen that one.
I saw that before I saw the episode, so I was like, I had no idea what the context was. But then when I saw that part, I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see that because like you said, he had to take his helmet off for it to scan. And that dude comes up, and then Mayfield helps him out, which is his old Imperial commanding officer, I think, right, or
Yeah,
something. And then, like you said, he gets mad because he starts talking about all the stuff, the bad stuff they did. And I was really surprised that he was the one that would shoot, because I thought it would be Mando. Not because of what they're telling him, but like if the cover was blown, I felt like it'd be Mando because of how scary Mayfield was about it, the whole thing already.
yeah,
But yeah, it was cool to see that. And then, you know, they go into the whole take out the world, take out everybody while Kara and Fennec were out there sniping people.
yep,
It was really cool fight scene. And then it was really cool send off too because he promised he wouldn't tell anybody about his face. And then he in return for them helping get the coordinates, which they did, they let him free, and it was pretty funny. They're like, "I don't know, he died." No, he's like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, tragedy. He died helping us out. That's crazy. We'll probably never see him again." He's like, "Are you serious?" And they're looking at him. He's like, "I'm out of here." He just like ran. So hopefully we see him again. But by the sounds of it, I don't think we will because he's about to be like off the grid for reals.
yeah, it might be a season or two before we see him again.
Yeah,
Okay, with what they've set up for season 3,
yeah.
you could see him in one of the other shows, though.
Oh yeah, and then the coolest part, the end part of this show, is where Mando goes full freaking taken, and he sends that message
It's
to
yeah, it's
Gideon.
Moff Gideon's exact words to the group from season 1.
Yeah,
Awesome. That was epic. I got chills when I saw that.
because you know it's funny because when I wake up, obviously I go on Facebook and whatever to check all my stuff, and I seen a TikTok of it, and I thought it was fake. Like I really didn't watch it because I was already like half asleep, half awake. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that's funny. So when I seen it, I didn't hear what he said. I just seen the hollow thing. And then when I seen this, I was like, bro, that is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you don't know what you took from me, but I'm gonna show you how much it means so much to me. He's like, I will come for you. And he's just looking like, okay, tighten up security. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good little de-escalation episode. But
And
yeah.
then we get to the season finale.
Yeah, no, this was
Holy
spoiled
crap.
for me. This was spoiled for me because people don't know
When to shut
Like,
up.
yeah, because I woke up at 5 to use the restroom, and it was just all over like my feed from people. Like, I would not expect it to like just full blown just put out the ending like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and they put in like, if you would have never put the words on the screen when I looked at it, I would have never knew what it was, honestly. But they put in bold letters. Oh my god, I can't believe da 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 da. I'm like, are you serious? Like, that's what we're doing. I was like, the sun's not even out. Like, why are we spoiling stuff? Like,
Yep.
but yeah, but I still love the episode no matter
Oh
what.
yeah, it was a great
Yeah,
episode. Great episode.
yeah. So
Except for one little thing that I was not happy with.
yeah, let's
It's a
let's talk.
nitpicky thing, and it comes at the end, so we'll get there.
Yeah, so everyone's like teamed up. So we have Bo-Katan, Cara Dune. They go to Bo-Katan and they ask for help or whatever, and we get a cool
Oh,
little fight scene with
between
Mando,
her and Jango Fett, or not
Jan-
Jango
Boba
Fett.
Fett.
And did you notice he cleaned up his armor?
Yeah,
Repainted his armor. The scuffs and scratches are all gone.
yeah.
The dents out of his helmet.
It looked pretty nice like that. That's
Yeah,
probably going to be a new marketing that's going to be sold everywhere soon. Instead of making it look like the
they
old
already there's already a company that actually sells custom made Mando armor.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like now you're gonna see everyone at Comic-Con whenever the world opens up again, like updated Boba Fett armor. Yeah, but yeah, we see them get in a fight because they're arguing with each other about basically about Mandalorians, right?
Yeah. Well, it's basically, whether or not Boba Fett truly belonged to the Mandalorian people. Boba Fett doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he doesn't. He really doesn't give two shit. And it's so fun. A lot of people were upset that does she have a name? I swear I got the name last time. Of what the other name for the Mandalorian?
Oh, Sasha Banks' character?
Yeah, is Bo-Katan, Fennec? I guess I don't have it. I thought I did have it here, but I forgot her name. But yeah, a lot of people were upset that she was able to like throw him like that. But I'm like, all right, guys, like
They're all Mandalorians. They're
yeah,
trained warriors from birth.
yeah.
Like,
I don't know why you guys
and
are
not to
upset.
mention, she's like in her 30s. He's what? Got to be in his 60s by now.
Yeah, I don't know why
Like, yeah,
everyone.
sure. I'm sure Boba Fett is clearly still a badass, but I'm sure he's lost a step.
Hmm. Yeah, he just got back. Like give him time.
I mean, and hell, Boba Fett, he proves he's still a hell of a pilot.
Yeah, yeah, he did do a good job doing his pilot stuff.
So,
What am I thinking now? Okay, I actually switched off my notes. Yeah, so they enlist Bo-Katan. Oh, Casca Reeves. That's her name.
okay.
In return, they say if you help us, you can get the dark saber back, basically.
Yeah.
And they shuttle there. And I like the plan they had to
And
get
Mando,
inside the ship.
she was it before they hit the ship, or was it after they hit the ship that she had actually talked Mando into helping her reclaim Mandalore?
Oh, before. Yeah. I think it was right before they got into the ship. Like they said that we're gonna need your help.
Yeah, which essentially in that little conversation right there and him promising to help set up the ending for the way it went.
Yeah. And I like the plan they had to get inside the ship, right? Boba like
Yeah,
act like
they captured the shuttle with the doctor on it.
yeah.
Conveniently enough, and so then they take the shuttle back to the ship, and they pose as the actual pilots, and that Boba Fett is like trying to kill him, and
Yeah, and then the mention about the Doctor Pershing, I think that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
It shows that he doesn't have like a side, like he's not for the Empire or anything. He's just being forced to do this because like even the first time we meet him, right? He was just telling him like you could tell like he wasn't evil, like he was just doing orders. Because he basically sold out the Empire in the last episode. I mean, he just
Yeah.
told him where it's at or how to get there. Not how to get there, but how to get to where they need to go on the ship and everything. A lot of people said he's from Camino, from the cloning thing, but I didn't see any.
I don't remember seeing any humans working on Camino.
Yeah, but a lot of people were saying that, so I didn't really
He might have
mention.
trained under them at some point.
Yeah, but yeah, so they get in. Boba's chasing them, and he tells them to open the doors, open the what is it, the bridge, I guess, for them to get in. And they keep telling him like, "Stop, stop! Don't lead him in here. Don't come. We're sending out Tie fighters." They're like, "No, we have to go in." They end up getting in, and then Boba like jump space. Oh yeah, they use jump space. That's a new thing, right? Because I remember everyone talking about it. Like they,
Yeah, it's a new way to. It's never been said like that before, which was
yeah,
surprising.
yeah, and a lot of people flipped for that. I thought it was they always called it that, or I called it that in my head when they said it, and it just transferred to what I usually say. But yeah, so they do all that, and he gets away.
I've heard hyperspace and light
Yeah,
speed, and that's about it.
they said jump space. So they get in there, and then that's when Kara and Fennec just start going off with Bo-Katan, which was a real strong woman moment. They were just like not
It
like
reminded me of that scene from Endgame.
yeah, with all the women.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah,
So Disney just reusing their stuff all over the place.
hmm just like everyone else reused the portal scene from Endgame. Teen Titans Go movie used it. Everyone else used it, like from other bunch of different movies. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they wreck shit. They just like
Oh yeah.
fought everybody. Kara had her light machine gun. It was going off on everyone, and it was a really cool action scene. Like I don't. There was like literally probably, and I'm roughly like probably 10 minutes of not action stuff in this. The rest of it was action, I think, and
Yeah.
that's me putting it lightly. Like I would be like a couple minutes off or so,
Yeah.
but I think there's like only 10 minutes of no action.
Something
But
like that, pretty much.
yeah,
And then
and so
this whole time, Mando is actually trying to get to the bay where they keep the Dark Troopers to keep them from getting out.
oh yeah, we forgot to mention that that's like the third generation of them.
Yeah. So the first two generations actually had humans in the armor, and then this third generation, they're just droids.
Yeah, and they take
And
a
they
hell of a
are
long time to load or something.
badass.
They do look
They
badass.
are
Really menacing.
badass.
They're really menacing. I really liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of them manages to escape before Mando can get the doors completely shut, and of
mhm.
course he faces the rest of them. But that just him trying to fight that one was, I mean, I didn't think he was going to make it out on his own.
I really thought I thought it was gonna crack his helmet. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah, because he kept smashing his head into the wall. Mando lit him on fire at one point, and he just kept coming.
Yeah, and the robot looked at his stomach and looked at him and was like, "You think that's gonna stop me?" He like
I
fucking
loved,
tossed him.
I loved the shot that they had of like right after he used his flamethrower on him, and you just see the flames coming out of the openings.
Mhm. Yeah,
Like that
that
was
was
so cool. That was visually beautiful.
yeah, and then he ended up getting him with the spear.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
right
he
through
was
the,
able to yeah, and then he was able to send the rest of them out of
out
to
the airlock.
space. Yeah, and then he finds out where Grogu is, and lo and behold, who was there? Gideon was
Get
there
him,
with the
Moff
dark
Gideon,
saber.
the dark saber.
That was so cool. I'm like, oh shit. It's like, yeah, and they had like a quick little, you know,
Yeah, they had like a quick
inter-
little banter moment, and Gideon even actually made him believe that he could just take um, Grogu, and
I honestly believed
I
him too.
actually believed it too. It's like the way he was saying it was like, oh, really? Was that
He's
all he
such a
needed this
good
whole time?
actor. He's
Oh yeah,
such a good actor, dude. Like that's why I believed his facial expression
Giancarlo Esposito. Oh yeah,
because
he's so good.
usually like even in like Star Wars, people like even in the Clone Wars, like they show you the bad guy, like, oh, you can go ahead and go. You can tell they're not gonna let you go, but just seeing his face expression when he was like, you can keep the dark saber, you can keep it. I don't. That doesn't. I said, I want him, and he was like, I already got what I want. I already got his blood, so I guess you can go. And I was like, all right. But then he turned his back to him, and luckily the spear was there, and he just
So
like,
he blocks him with his
yeah,
gauntlet at first.
after no, it was the other way around because he hit the spear first, and then he turned around, and then he blocked it like that because we seen that we were told that that doesn't break through the it's a lightsaber in a sense, so
Yeah,
lightsaber
yeah,
doesn't
it's
cut
a
through it.
lightsaber. That's all it is.
Yeah, so and then we get that cool little fight scene with him with them two, and it was pretty good, honestly. Like
Yeah,
I was like, is he gonna cut a piece of armor off? But eventually he's able to get the dark saber out of his hand, and that's basically it. I honestly was kind of let down because I don't think that's the last time we see of him. Obviously, he's not dead or anything, but I was kind of let down with. I thought there was going to be more of a fight scene with them two. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it was kind of just a letdown for me, but I still liked it. It was kind of because like he was supposed to be like somewhat like an idolized Darth Vader kind of person. Like he looks like that looks like Darth Vader's get up. Like even to the
yeah.
part where the red stuff is like on his chest. So I thought it was gonna be like a hardcore. And him too. You can tell that he kind of trained a little bit with the dark saber.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he had to have had some kind of sword training because he's the one that took it off of Bo-Katan in the first place. That's
Yeah,
why she couldn't just take the dark saber back from Mando.
yeah. But
You know,
it was really cool.
yeah. So after defeating Gideon, he takes the captured Gideon and Grogu over to up to the bridge, and he's got him at dark saber point.
Yeah,
And he walks in, and Bo-Katan's like, "What's this? What the hell's going on here?"
like you didn't kill him. Why is he
Yeah.
alive?
Well, and she's kind of confused that he's wielding the dark saber, and that and Gideon's alive, obviously.
Yeah,
Um, but then Gideon reveals the story like she can't just take the dark saber back from him. It has to be one. So that's setting up a plot point for next season.
yeah, and that there's I'll talk about that at the end too. But yeah, but he's trying to get them to fight then and there because I'm pretty sure. Well, he has that gun under his cape that's from a stormtrooper, but I'm pretty sure like he's trying to get them to fight so he can try to get away because that was like his last ditch effort for them to like probably kill each other so he can survive this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was funny because he was like, "You have to win it for you." And she's like, he's right. I have to win. He was like, "I yield. There you go. Take it." I was like,
Yeah,
bro.
he really didn't. He really didn't want it.
Yeah. He's like, whatever, dude. Like, just take it. And then during that little banter with that, we see a X-wing fly in,
No,
and
no, 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 no. You're getting ahead of yourself. You're getting ahead of yourself
wow.
because the dark troopers that got
Oh
sick
yeah, the Dark Troopers.
come
Yeah,
back, and
yeah,
so they're inside the ship. The group on the bridge, they close the blast doors to keep the dark troopers out, but the dark troopers are sitting there literally punching through the wall.
that was pretty funny, man.
You know, yeah, it took Qui-Gon Jinn a lightsaber just to cut through the Trade Federation battleships.
Yeah,
Uh,
the door, the
Blast
hangar
doors,
door.
and
Yeah.
all you got two dark troopers that are just literally just punching the wall.
Did it say what they're made out of?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. If it did, I don't remember.
Yeah, because I'm like, bro, how can they do that? Like, I don't see. If you can do that with that, then like, you know.
Yeah, but then when everything looks bleak and it looks like they're gonna have to fight. I honestly I thought Mando was gonna like use the dark saber and just like charge them as they were coming through the door.
Yeah.
But it's like so they're waiting for them to come through the door, and then all of a sudden that's when you see the X-wing fly by.
Yeah, and they think it's reinforcements because she's like, "That's all they sent us."
Yeah. Well, yeah. Bo-Katan's like what, one X-wing? Or no, it wasn't Bo-Katan. It was Kara.
Yeah, I
It
think
was
so.
Kara. She's like, what, one X-wing?
Yeah, and
And
everyone
so
knew
it
who that
lands,
was.
and then all of a sudden, this figure in a black hood and cape jumps out. And right then, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I was shitting myself because like I knew what it was before he even turned on the lightsaber.
Yeah, and
I
then
knew what it
they
was.
the footage they had because they're watching it on cameras. It's all black and white too, so
Yeah.
we don't know what color the lightsaber is at first.
No, no, we do because we see
Oh yeah,
scenes
he walked.
like, from behind him as he's walking through the ship. But he's
Yeah,
just going. The guy with the green lightsaber starts cutting down all the dark troopers and deflecting blaster bolts here and there. Everybody knows it's Luke Skywalker.
yeah,
You know, so it was really cool to see that, and he just sits there and casually makes his way to the bridge, cutting down dark troopers left and right on his way.
yeah. It was very reminiscent of how Darth Vader came through the in
Rogue One.
Rogue One. Yeah, it was
Yep,
basically the same type of energy.
almost. Yeah.
And he
I
even
mean,
did the Anakin thing. He even did the Anakin thing when he was killing everyone on Mustafar, and they
mhm.
try to shoot him, and he does the like he reflects the shot back from behind him without even looking. He
Yeah.
does that. He does the same thing like that too, like Anakin.
Yep.
Yeah, and
And
everyone just like, but oh, my boy Moss Gideon, bro, he seen that. He grabbed that gun. He was like, bro, I'm out. He tried to end it all, and then they
yep.
knocked him out in time to stop him. Yeah, and that just shows how because obviously everyone knows who stopped Darth Vader and the Emperor, but that just shows you how much like he like other than just seeing the lightsaber, because I'm sure that they didn't know what color the lightsaber was because obviously they're looking at the footage through the camera, right? But just seeing that without seeing his face, like shows you how much fear it brings to Moskidian. He knew. He was like, bro, I am gone. Like, nope, like I'm not letting him get me. And he tries to
Mhm.
shoot himself, and they were able to knock him out in time. Yeah, and then he comes to the door and he takes his hood off, and it's actually the person who plays him too.
It's a CGI rendering of his face.
Yeah, but that's yeah, but it's him though. Yeah, because they mentioned him in the credits, and he said on Twitter that was him. But like I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
everything
he
leading up to
voiced
that
him.
point,
Yeah,
and he came back and did the lines too, which was
yeah,
pretty
he
cool.
voiced him. And then I don't think that was him in the suit.
Oh
I think
no,
it was,
no, no, of course not. Yeah, but
it was, so physically it was somebody completely different, but it was Mark Hamill's face and then Mark Hamill voicing Luke Skywalker. I didn't like the way, I don't know if it's just because the fact that the show has a lower budget than the movies, um, but I did not like the CGI rendering of Luke's face.
no, it's just because he's old as hell, and they had to regen him to like his 20s. I don't think it had anything to do about budget. I just think it was just really hard for them to.
Well, because it looked better in Rise of Skywalker.
I don't even think that was him. Was that even him in Rise of Skywalker, or was it?
Yeah, they did it for both him and Leia when it
But
shows their face towards the end.
yeah, but they also didn't do like a full body thing of him like that, standing in front of the camera. It was mostly flashback in like partial of his face, right? If I remember correctly, it wasn't like him standing like this, like he was in Mandalorian. So
No, well, yeah, he had a helmet on, but he flipped up like the visor and it showed his face.
yeah, but like
It
what
was,
I'm saying
it
is
was
like
similar to what they did with Tarkin and Leia in Rogue One.
yeah, but I think it
And
was
that
just
looked a lot better.
yeah. I mean, you can still tell. Like, I didn't notice it at first. Really, it didn't bother me until like my second watching of it. But yeah,
Mm.
but a lot of people were saying that it was kind of funky looking.
Yeah, it just didn't look right to me.
There was a lot of people like I kind of knew that was going to happen because people I watch were talking about it. and they're actually. I thought it was going to be someone else completely,
I
like
did
playing
too.
him. Yeah, playing him, but they actually just redid the de aging of him. I'm trying to rip
Hmm.
this off really quick. Ugh, there you go. Yeah, but yeah, and then he tells he's here for the child, you know, and and also commenting on that, like just like Ahsoka, like he was just here for that one thing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
yes, he did a lot of other stuff leading up to that point, but I felt like because after rewatching it a couple times, like I told you, um, he sounded really fast. If you know what I mean, he was just like what he really just spit out what he said really quick, right? It wasn't like a
No,
really
I don't know. It didn't sound that way to me. It sounded like his voice sounded okay. The lines came across okay.
yeah,
I
but
just I
it
didn't
sounded
like the way
really
the face looked.
it, it it felt really rushed in like what he was trying to say just to like really get it out there like what he came here for because I'm pretty sure it was just to get a point because only person who knew why he was there was Mando
And Grogu.
and Grogu, yeah, but like everyone else was probably like, why the fuck is he here? And without just to make sure they didn't question him why he's here and everything, like they really just he came and got his point across, just like Ahsoka. He was just like, here for the child. I promise you, I won't let anything happen to him. And then they get the farewell. Tells him he has to go, and he takes his helmet off so Grogu can see his face. It was really emotional, and I'm glad they did that too because you could
Yeah.
see all the emotion in his face
Yeah.
to the point to where they take him away and he puts him on the ground and he walks up to Luke and Luke picks him up, which I don't know why he just didn't hand it to him. but but yeah, and then R2D2 comes and R2D2's happy to see him as well. And that's some stuff we could talk about after this. And then he walks away and as the doors close, we just sat there left looking at him and he's all sad and then the credits roll. And that's the episode.
Yeah. And basically it's setting up, he's going to be going back with Bo-Katan and them to Mandalore to help liberate it from the Empire.
Yeah. And then after credits we see that the Book of Boba Fett's a thing. He goes back to Tatooine, kills the guy that used to work for the Fetts, or not with Fetts. I already forgot
The,
his name. What's his name? The Slug.
the Hutts.
The
Jabba the
Huts.
Hutt.
Oh yeah, Jabba the Hutt. There you go. Yeah, the Huts. And that guy was from the first one, or not the first one, the Return of the Jedi.
Mm.
And he didn't give a shit and killed him. And he sat there on his throne, and the girl just sat there with him. And then the Book of Boba Fett's coming out in 2021. And then that was it.
Cool.
Yeah. So now we can get into talking about the whole season finale and what's coming up next, and then I think we'll be done after that. But I'm gonna go on the record and say, after rewatching it a couple times and watching people's reactions on YouTube and on TikTok and everything, I wasn't really excited to see Luke there. I mean, I seen people cry. I seen people jump up and down screaming. I seen people like bashing people who weren't excited to see him there.
Yeah.
I didn't hate him being there, but at the same time, I mean, you can honestly just say like, who else is going to be there? But
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, I was actually kind of hoping that instead of somebody like a Jedi showing up and saving the day, I was hoping to see Mando use the dark saber.
mhm,
That would have been cool to see him just like charge out there and start slicing them up.
yeah, I was there was also stuff I was watching where people were trying to say like, oh, it could be Mace Windu. They were saying like a bunch of other Jedi as well from Rebels, but and I said before I haven't watched it. I could probably watch it now. I have Disney Plus, but from Rebels, like
It'd be a
people
really
were,
good show.
huh? Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I was kind of hoping for Mace Windu, just because that'll be kind of different. Because I already know that Samuel L. Jackson has been asking to come back as Mace Windu for like
Oh yeah, He's totally said that whenever they ask him to come back and play Mace Windu again, he's down for it. He'll jump at it.
And I thought it would be pretty cool for Mace Windu to come, and knowing that Boba Fett is back, knowing that he killed his dad. I thought that would be a cool like interaction for them too as well, because I'm pretty sure he would remember who killed his dad or know of who killed his dad.
Well, yeah, he was there. He watched it happen.
Yeah. So I thought that'd be cool, but yeah, it was Luke. Yeah, me and
I
my friend who watched.
I
What?
wasn't mad to see him there.
I
I
wasn't
thought
mad.
I thought it was cool, but like I said, I didn't like what they did with the face.
Yeah, I wasn't mad he's there either. Like I'm not like throwing my headset at the wall or nothing, but I just like cause like everyone's like I talked to is like, dude, did you freak out when you seen Luke? I'm like, no. Like I mean, it was cool. Like I'm not gonna fucking like I know Star Wars theory guy, he cried, and I'm like, oh brother. And I seen TikToks of people like jumping up and down, screaming like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, all right, like I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe
no,
it's,
I wasn't one of those guys. Like I'm
yeah.
a
I
big
was
Luke
like,
Skywalker fan, but
yeah, because when I seen the X-wing, I was like, oh, it's Luke, like it's Luke. And I was like, it was cool choreography for him going through it. And a lot of people are saying that this is kind of redeeming Luke because of what happened to him in the new trilogy. But I don't know about that either because I'm just like he
yeah.
still becomes that. So so I don't
For
know
now,
about all that.
for now, until George Lucas decides to make his own movies again.
Oh yeah, dude, I'll be there. Please do something. Take this away from them. But yeah, it was whatever for me. It literally could not have been Luke. It could have been someone else. I was hoping that I was like, man, it'd be so funny if he took it off and it wasn't Luke and it was just some guy. People would have been pissed. People would have been mad because he took a minute to take his hood off. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, dude, if
Yeah,
it's not Luke, that'll be so funny. But yeah, it was him, and yeah, it was whatever moment to me. It was cool, but like, I'm not mad or anything. I'm just like, all right. And also, going into that, there's also people theorizing that R2D2 is the one that saved Grogu because after I read that saved Grogu from the temple. I don't know how he would have,
yeah.
but just seeing the interaction between the two, it was kind of like, why would he do that? Because R2D2, like, why would they bring R2D2 in the frame? Like, what is his purpose for that? We know he's Luke's droid already. You know what I mean? We know this already. Like, I don't know why he would need to come in the picture and not only come in the picture, but go straight to
Fan
Grogu.
service.
Yeah, just to
What it
do
is, it's
that.
fan service. Well,
Yeah, like,
then he R2D2's never had his memory wiped, so he knows who
mhm.
Yoda is. He
Yeah,
remembers Yoda.
yeah. So I was people are speculating on that, and then also because of they're speculating that because of the Disney Plus series that's coming out called The Droid, and it's kind of the colors of R2D2 a little bit. It's like silver and blue, and people are wondering if that's the droid is the one that helped Grogu get out. That could be it because they didn't have no bio for it. They just had the droid coming out 2022. All these spin-off stuff is coming 2022 and 23, so I don't know how they're all going to come out at the same time or during the same year. There's also
Yeah,
speculation that WTD's new movie that doesn't have a name or anything is going to be about Luke and Grogu. I don't know about that at all, but if he's directing it, hopefully it's good.
yeah.
I don't know how you'll feel about that because remember they were talking about bringing Mandalorian to the big screen as a movie, and it was confusing. Like, why would they do that if we could just watch the show?
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to think about. So when do you think Grogu's coming back? Do you ever think he's coming back?
Yeah, I think he'll show up. If he doesn't show up later on in season 3 as even like a cameo, I think you'll see him in season 4, season 5.
I think we'll see him in Ahsoka stuff because I'm pretty sure since Luke is out here now, I don't know how Ahsoka because Ahsoka knew a Jedi will come, so I'm pretty sure she knows of Luke, obviously. and I don't know if they're gonna meet up there or something. I don't think we're gonna see Grogu for a while, honestly,
Yeah. No, it's
because
going to be a decent little bit.
yeah, I don't think he's gonna be there for a while. I don't think till like if things go right, I don't think we'll see him till like season like what we're on 3 now, going on to 3, probably like 6 or 7, honestly. Because I don't know how he'll come back. Because at that point, if he does come back, he's rather for what reasons he finishes Jedi training and Luke just says, "All right, bro, go before my freaking crazy nephew starts killing everyone here," or because like I don't know how Mando's gonna really just fly around with the Jedi with him. Isn't that more of a target on his back, or since because Grogu is gonna be a Jedi, or how anything will be difficult with the Jedi now? So I don't know how that's gonna play into the Mandalorian tone because he's gifted with the Force, so like he could like
Yeah,
remind-
even if he does come back, it may not be like a permanent comeback. Like he may come and go now at this point.
yeah, because I feel like they're gonna because obviously Grogu's a selling point for like merchandise and everything,
Yeah.
and I don't know what they're gonna do now, and I hope they don't try to put someone else there, not like another baby
Sorry.
Grogu or anything, but like just I don't know who they're gonna put there to get the merchandise out other than himself.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was honestly hoping that because you know how she said he'll choose if he wants to, be with the Force or not, or like continue his training or whatever. I was honestly hoping he would deny it and just stay there. Like
Really.
just have the Force because like he could do the Force stuff already, right?
Yeah.
And like that stuff is already like good enough for him, I guess, like in a sense of like the show, not for him, but as the show, like he really doesn't need to do anything else. Like it would be cool to see him grow up and he's like is Force sensitive, but he learns to be like a Mandalorian or something.
Yeah.
Because I knew if he chose a Jedi, he's gone. Like I knew that.
It'd be
Like
hilarious seeing him in like a little mini Mando armor.
yeah, with his ears poking out. Yeah,
That would be funny.
yeah, but I don't know when he's coming back. And like you said, like he
Yeah.
might do cameos and stuff, but I don't think that'll be good enough because I'm kind of worried because this has like a lot of repercussions. And hopefully, he doesn't lose like a lot of people from it. Because I know the hardcore fans will, but the people who just watch it just for that might lose some. But I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I know there was theories going around that Mando was gonna die at the end of this season. They thought Boba Fett was gonna die at the end of the season. Yeah, that was like a lot of nonsense. Bro, the dumbest thing I seen was that Boba Fett. I mean, Mando was gonna die, and Grogu was gonna pick up doing bounty hunter stuff. And when we came back from season 3, it was gonna fast forward into where like he's like old enough to walk, like Yoda's height, whatever. I'm
Like,
like, bro.
okay,
I'm like, who's thinking of this?
how would you even do that though? Because like even Yoda himself was not very big. Yoda didn't know he didn't fly a ship.
Yeah,
Like how do you expect this little dude to get from place to place on his own?
yeah. I was just like, all right, guys, we're just too busy. We have too much time on our hand.
Yeah, that would make no sense.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny. But yeah. So let's wrap it up with the news that came out today.
Okay.
So Good Morning America came out, and John Favreau was on there, and he showed off the logo and everything for the Book of Boba Fett, which is a new series that is. A lot of people were confused. They're like, because they already announced the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian season 3 was coming 2021 as well, and now that we got told the Book of Boba Fett is coming December 2021 as well too. Um, John Favreau went on Good Morning America and said that these are two different shows, and it's going to be a shorter series for Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett, but it's going to show in December And then once Boba Fett's show ends, they're gonna start recording season 3 of The Mandalorian. So we're gonna get a whole year off from The
Oh,
Mandalorian.
okay.
And I really had to do a lot of research because even then it was kind of confusing. And I watched the stuff and I had like Geekdom explaining it to and a bunch of other people. Yeah, but John Favreau, that's how John Favreau put it. That we're gonna get a whole year off, so we probably won't see Mandalorian season 3 till 2022.
Okay.
So that's like a huge hiatus because once season 1 ended, season 2 was announced for the following year. Which I get it because pandemic right now, they are already
Yeah.
doing stuff before the pandemic. So yeah, so I don't know how that's gonna be tough. Tough as a fan and tough as for the show itself because that's a
Yeah,
long.
you know what? They may also be doing it because aren't like 2 or 3 of the Marvel shows are supposed to start next year, right?
Yeah, January, March, in the beginning
Yeah,
half.
we've got WandaVision, we've got Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They're supposed to start next year, and then there
Yeah,
was one other, right?
Loki.
Loki. Yeah. So they may be doing it because of that as well, just to kind of introduce them and
Hmm.
not not try to pile on so much.
Yeah, and if this Book of Boba Fett doesn't do good, bro, it's gonna be kind of rough, honestly.
Yeah, you
Cause
could end up losing a lot of people.
yeah, cause it's gonna be the it's gonna have the Han Solo effect, the Solo effect, where Solo did bad in ratings, and they were like, yeah, we're not filming anything else. Remember they put the Obi-Wan series on hold, the movie on hold. Remember after that,
Yeah, and turn it into a series.
yeah, which is coming out in 2022 as well. But yeah, if that does bad, and because the Mandalorian, it's set. You know what I mean? If we have to wait a year, we have to wait a year. That'll happen. But if the other spin-offs that the Mandalorian spawn don't do good, and there's a lot of them
Yeah,
that me and Manuel talked about, there's a lot of them. I'm pretty sure that's gonna put a lot of stress on Disney and Star Wars
yep.
because they're already digging themselves out of a hole. And Mandalorian's like the savior, bro. Everyone loves the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
Like my kids at work haven't seen it, but they love it. They like they talk about it and everything, and I'm just like, and plus he's in Fortnite too now,
Yeah,
and Grogu's in Fortnite as well. Like it's just everyone knows about it. It's like when One Punch Man seemed like everyone knew what One Punch Man saved the anime scene. Like every brought more people to anime because of it,
yeah,
but no one knew of it. So yeah, it's kind of scary, but Boba Fett did look good, so I have some hopes for it, but hopefully, if it's a short series and Mandalorian's already 8 episodes, like what do you think? Is getting like 4 episodes, 3,
Um, no, I think you'll see probably about 5 at
5,
least.
like the midpoint, like one
Yeah,
after. Yeah.
but I think when he said it would be a shorter series, he may have been talking about like it may be only like 1 or 2 seasons.
Oh yeah, no. I think it's just gonna be a season. Like whatever Boba Fett's gonna do is gonna be a season long.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think that's whatever. It's like
kind of
after
like
that.
what they're doing with this special event thing with the Walking Dead.
Yeah, and also sort of like the Obi-Wan series too. It's not gonna be multiple. It's just one season.
Oh wow, okay,
Yeah, there's not gonna be a second season or anything.
okay.
So it's gonna be like that. So
So
either
there's
he
probably going to
dies,
be a lot of time skips then.
yeah, or he'll probably appear in other stuff too if he doesn't die. Fingers crossed he doesn't. But but yeah, he'll probably appear in other stuff. Yeah,
Okay,
but the season was great. It was great. A lot of
yeah,
action, a lot of stuff I was hoping they would put into action.
mm-hmm.
We found the name. I didn't think we were gonna get Grogu's name so fast, but we did, and either way, it was cool. Kind of sucks we have to wait a whole year, but hopefully it's a good payoff because this next season with the Mandalorians in Mandalore seems like it's gonna be pretty crazy.
Yeah,
And that's probably another reason why they probably thought of letting Grogu go because it sounds crazy, and I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of not darker thing, but like more
Yeah, it's going to get darker.
situation.
I guarantee you it'll
Yeah,
be darker. It's going to take on more. You're basically going to a planet that's war torn. There's going
yeah,
to be fighting all the time.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure that was a good way to let Grogu just get out of there because Mando would do everything for him, and if he's there as a distraction, then
Yeah,
things will happen. So that makes sense.
yeah, and then of course you got the whole storyline of Mando is now in possession of the dark saber. Bo-Katan wants it back. That's going to be a tension point next season.
Yeah, yeah. That's about it. You want to say anything else, or
Um,
I seen
no,
IGN gave this a 10 for a
like a
beautiful
perfect 10.
perfect 10. IGN did.
Wow,
Yeah.
damn, that's hard.
Yeah, I know. I never seen them say anything nice to people. So, especially since games are being delayed and stuff, they started like giving ratings to everything. So when I seen that they did the game season 2 of Mandalorian a 10, or at least the finale a 10,
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty. I was like, wow, okay,
I mean, yeah, like I said, there were a couple of things I wasn't impressed with, a few things I didn't like, but overall, this season was really good. I can't wait for the next one.
yeah. And see who else they bring back. Because now we're just bringing.
Oh, here comes Han Solo.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say Darth Maul's
Chewbacca.
dead. I was gonna say Darth Maul's dead. So yeah, dude, like I was bring Han Solo in here, bro. I'd be mad. That's what I was worried about bringing Luke. Because remember, like when we first talked about the first season,
Mm,
I was like, I love it how we're in the same universe and same timeline and stuff, but we don't need a Jedi or a Skywalker and stuff to like make it work. Like this is a good old Western space cowboy thing.
yeah.
And when I seen Luke there, I'm just like, bro, fucking Star Wars theory is fucking crying over this. People on TikTok are going fucking crazy, bro. They're gonna bring someone else like Leia or somebody or something, dude. And
If they do that, I hope it's just for a cameo, like it
like
was with
this, yeah,
Luke.
like Luke was, dude. Like
Yeah,
he's here to do that.
I don't want to see a whole season's worth of Luke's face.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like it
Unless they're
was
gonna fix it or get someone else to play him or something.
Yeah, like if they just straight up recast him with somebody that looks pretty similar, I'm totally down for that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're going to have to do that at some point, anyways. You
Hmm.
know, you got Carrie Fisher, who's already passed away. Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford, they're not young guys.
Mm-mm. Yeah. So that's what I was worried about. I'm just like,
Harrison
man,
Ford pretty much has said he's done with the Star Wars franchise. He doesn't really want to come back for anything else. I think the only reason he came back for that scene in Rise of Skywalker was because of Carrie Fisher.
yeah, just
You know,
yeah,
as like a small little tribute to her, because I mean, they even said that scene was supposed to be
her wasn't it
Leia
supposed to be her?
and Kylo. It was supposed to be Leia that brought him back. Um, but because she passed away, they weren't able to film it in time.
Yeah,
And so they were able to get Harrison Ford to come back and do that scene. And like I said, I think the only reason he did it was out of respect and the relationship he had with Carrie Fisher as a tribute to her.
yeah,
Because they had I mean, back when they were filming the original three Star Wars, they had a torrid affair.
yeah,
But I mean, they stayed friends. They cared about each other. So it's like that relationship was there. The love for one another was there. They had great respect for each other.
yeah,
So, but yeah, so it's like if they're gonna bring them back for longer than an episode, then I think they got to start thinking about recasting.
yeah. And then
You got
hopefully,
to start thinking about recasting for the future, anyways, because at some point somebody is going to want to make something with that's going to revolve around a younger Luke, Han, and Leia.
yeah. But what happened in between? Whether him being a teacher or whatnot, or just just with Leia and Han,
Yeah,
because yeah, because I don't think they're gonna do anything with with the rest of the characters we just got, like Finn and Rey and everything, I think they're just done as well.
Yeah.
Especially,
Well, John Boyega has said he won't do another Star Wars.
yeah. And there was an interview I think with what's her name? I forgot.
Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, she was just like, yeah,
I think she got a lot of undeserved backlash.
yeah, she did.
Because I think she tried her best, honestly, and
Yeah,
it's not that she ever gave a bad performance. I don't blame any of the actors for this. I
no, I
blame
don't.
the people making the movies.
Yeah, pulling the strings. Yeah,
Yep.
higher ups. It's
And
just it's like how
I put a lot of it on Rian Johnson's shoulders
yeah,
because he just fucked the whole thing.
yeah.
He's the reason we had to have a show like Mando to bring Star Wars back to relevance.
Yeah, I wonder if that was even in a thought at that point. I don't remember, but yeah, but that's basically it here. That's
Yep.
our whole little review of everything: season finale, rumors, season 3 discussions. Um, I actually put on I don't know if you've seen it on my Facebook, but I put that on Christmas I'm gonna rewatch all the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna rewatch all of them.
Sorry, I'm going to be busy watching Die Hard.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start honestly tomorrow, to be honest, because I want to be done by Christmas. So I don't know if I'm gonna include Rogue One or whatever, but just keep them. I might just keep this to regular one
Yeah.
through nine. Yeah, but that's about it. If you guys want to leave us topics and stuff to talk about in the discussion in the comments section, go ahead and let us know. Yeah, hopefully next time you see us, you have like what days do you have off again, Manuel? Josh?
Normally Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Okay, and you said you have. What about this week? Don't you have this week off or something?
Yeah, I've got
Or
the whole week off basically.
okay, yeah. So if you want to do something, I'm
Yeah,
basically
we'll definitely
free
try to do
tomorrow.
that.
I'm completely free, so whenever time, do something tomorrow.
Tomorrow I got to take my grandma to the airport early in the morning, so I'm probably going to be sleeping in once I get home.
Yeah, because I'm off. I'm off the next 2 weeks, so like I could stay up till whenever. Manuel doesn't sleep at all, so as long as he knows what we're talking about, then because he was gonna do this one with us. Because I asked him if he wanted to do the podcast, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I'll be there." What's the topic? And I was like, "We're gonna try to do Mandalorian." He was like, "Oh, I haven't watched it yet." He wasn't home this weekend. I think he was with family or something. I'm not sure. So I don't blame him for. I even told him I was like, "You think you can catch up within 2 hours?" And he just put laugh out loud. So that's pretty much a no. Or he'd be here.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, so let us know if you guys want us to talk about anything. I appreciate everybody who has watched and commented over. We had some comments yesterday, but since we were having technical difficulties, I didn't get to put them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this will be uploaded as soon as I press end. It'll be on our channel if you guys want to watch it. Thank you for guys watching in the future. Offensive voiceovers. Thanks my friend Dawn, who commented on here earlier. But yeah, that's about it. I'm like I told Manuel, when I click end broadcast, I don't know if this is gonna completely kick us out or we're gonna be in like back in the studio session.
Okay.
So, yeah, so thank you everybody who's watching. We'll
Bye,
be back
guys.
again, and we'll catch you guys next time.
See ya.
See you later.